All right, G.I. Joe Classified Series. I, for one, am so excited what Hasbro has been doing for this line for longtime G.I. Joe fans. And, you know, G.I. Joe will always have that 3.75-inch figures, just like Star Wars, but in this evolving environment, evolving market and landscape for the toy collecting community, I think it's high time we've got the 6-inch figures for G.I. Joe. And here is my list. This is my personal opinion of what figures I think we need for the line, at least in the next 1 to 2 years. I know Hasbro has been promising us, has shown us a lot of upcoming figures that are coming next year, but in the next 1 to 2 years, I would like Hasbro to produce these figures that are on my top 20 list. This is my opinion, and I know we need 100 more figures for this line, but in the immediate future, I'm thinking these 20 figures, these are my personal preferences. So let's get started. First up on my list, which I think absolutely is necessary, is a must for Hasbro to produce in this line, is the classic Cobra Ninja Storm Shadow in his old vintage, I think, 80s all-white ninja outfit. This is what we definitely need. Not that Arctic Storm Shadow. I mean, that figure I'm sure is probably an amazing figure. I don't have that one yet, but this is the Storm Shadow we need. And don't make this an exclusive. I am begging you, Hasbro. He's not colored red. He's not colored blue. He's white. He's in his white ninja outfit. Please make this a general release, not an exclusive. Oh my goodness, I would love to have this. This is my all-time favorite Cobra figure. I lost my old 80s Storm Shadow, and I lost all the weapons, but I loved this figure. Next up is Flint. We've gotten an amazing Duke figure, and I think Hasbro can give us a wonderful Flint figure. I hope they don't give us the Tiger Force version first. They give us the Warrant Officer, the regular version first. Oh my goodness, I would love to have this figure. He was also one of the leaders of G.I. Joe, and when Duke wasn't around, Flint was in command. And to a certain extent, he was second in command before Hawk came along. But I really like the character. I thought, even when I was watching the cartoon, he was one of my favorites. And if we get Flint, we have to get a Lady J, albeit I'd like a better version than this one. Because we got Duke, we got Scarlet, Flint. If we do get Flint, we gotta have Lady J. A more modern take on Lady J would be amazing. Next up on my list is Jinx. Oh my goodness, I really like this character. When I just fell in love with the character when I saw her in the movie. She was trained by a blind ninja master, and she made a fool of Beachhead. Oh my goodness, I love this. We can either get this version or this other version, which we saw in the movie, live action movie. I'm completely fine with it, although I'm more partial with the original red ninja costume, because that's what the Jinx I knew when I was growing up. But both versions, I will take any of these versions. In fact, Hasbro can give us alternate heads so that we can have both these figures in one figure. Next up are the twins, Tomaxseymot. I know it's not one figure. This is what I was saying. In my list, there are items that have more than one figure, and this is one of them. And I honestly believe you cannot sell these two separately. Hasbro has to come up with like a deluxe packaging that will have two figures, like a 2-pack. They'll have both these figures in. They can make it an exclusive. I couldn't care. In fact, it's not gonna. The price point is probably going to be very different from a single packaged figure. That's all right. And we've gotten deluxe figures from Star Wars, Black Series, and from Marvel Legends, and maybe we can get something like this. They don't have to give us too many accessories for these two, but you have to sell them together if you're planning on releasing them in the classified series. And if we get the twins, we obviously need the Crimson Guard, because these are their guards. These are their troopers back in the show. And a modern version of these, I wouldn't mind, actually, with more armor and instead of just this usual, you know, uniform, guard uniform. I'd love to see a modern take in the 12-inch scale for the Crimson Guard. And then Lowlight. Lowlight was a figure that I could never get when I was a kid. My buddy had this and I was so jealous. He would bring it to school and I just wanted a Lowlight figure. I couldn't find one. I went to Canada, went to the US to look for it. I couldn't find it. And when Lowlight, we've gotten some reissues and modern takes of Lowlight in the movie line. I actually got this and I was so amazed with this figure, with this character, and he would be an awesome classified series figure if Hasbro would release this with a ton of weapons. Oh my goodness, this would be a figure that would be highly sought after if they do it in the 6-inch scale. And then there's Lieutenant Falcon, the Green Beret, the the Pain in Beachhead's class. Oh my goodness, but he ends up saving the day, and he is the brother of Duke. Oh, you know, I was annoyed with this character when I was watching the movie, but in the end, you fall in love with this character, and he would be an amazing 6-inch figure. A Green Beret, and with all the modern take on him, got some, Hasbro will probably put some armor on him, some modern weapons. Wow, this would be amazing. And then we have Sgt Slaughter. Oh, come on. We have to get this figure. And I'm pretty sure if they do release this figure in the classified series, he's going to be a Comic-Con or a PulseCon exclusive. Definitely. And if I know Hasbro, they're going to milk as much money from this character, especially if they do it in the 1/12 scale or the 6-inch scale. And this would be an amazing figure. They don't have to update him. They can just keep him as it is. His wrestling outfit, he's got a tank top and some military pants. That's it. They don't even have to give him guns. This thing is going to sell like hotcakes, even if they make it like a limited 1,000 pieces. Well, I hope they don't. I honestly hope they just make this like a regular exclusive, like a PulseCon exclusive or a Hasbro Pulse exclusive instead of a convention exclusive. And then Major Blood, rounding off the military leaders for Cobra Commander, Destro, Baroness, and Major Blood. This would be a nice cap for all to get all leaders in the classic G.I. Joe cartoon. An updated Major Blood would be amazing in the classified series. And after that, we'll probably get Serpentor in the deluxe packaging and all that, but I'm not really keen on getting a Serpentor figure. And then the Bat, the Cobra Bat, easily in the top 10 best all-time figures for G.I. Joes. My brother, my youngest brother, had this, the vintage Cobra Bat figure, and he would not trade it. He would not. I could not play with this figure. I wanted this figure. I would trade him some masked vehicles, some Transformers. He would not budge. He would keep this figure. My youngest brother, and oh my God, he lost all the weapons. But this was a figure I was frustrated not to get. It was a frustrating figure to not have when you're growing up. But it was an amazing figure, a great army building figure. And, this thing is going to go the way of the Cobra Trooper. If Hasbro releases this, I wish they would release this as an army building pack, like one of those boxed packs, or in a set of three or four figures. This would sell. I kid you not. I mean, Hasbro, you have a gold mine just waiting right here. If you sell, give it a modern look, keep some of the classic colors and attributes of replaceable arms, you will sell this figure like crazy. Like sell it as you can sell it as a Walgreens exclusive, so that stores would have solid cases of Bat figures and people could just army build this thing like crazy. That would be amazing. And then Stalker. One of my favorite G.I. Joe characters was Stalker. I never had him. Again, another frustration of mine when I was a kid. I wanted this figure. the only way I could get him back in the day was as a Japan import, and you know, G.I. Joes were also in Japan and the Japanese packaging, and it was so expensive because this is one of the first figures released by Hasbro, and I could not get my hands on this guy, and he was an amazing character in the show, one of my favorites, and I wish they would do this for the classified series. They could do a modern update on Stalker, give him some more armor, more weapons, removable beret, maybe give him a mask, like a gas mask or I don't know. And then I remember there was this version of Stalker, the one that I had. I never got this one, the classic, but I did get the version that he had a kayak or a canoe. Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they had a Stalker version. And I thought that was an amazing figure. If they can somehow give us something like that, a mix of both those figures, that would be great. And then there's Rock and Roll. This is the version I want, actually. The one with a cap. They can actually give us this one. I wouldn't mind. They'd update this with some armor, some padding, and better weapons, but if they do give us this version, I would be totally down with this one. I actually like this version better. With I thought his uniform was better here. I thought he looked great here. So either way, I'll be pretty happy with whichever Rock and Roll they give us. He was a really nice character, very relatable character back in the show in the 80s. Then the Night Viper. One of my favorite Vipers was the Night Viper. My brother had this. And it had a ton of weapons. And what's really cool about this Night Viper was, even in the 80s version or the 90s version, I don't know, he had this function that the night goggles would just flip down. I thought that was incredible. Back in the day, you never had figures as sophisticated as that, and I really love this figure. Another figure I loved when I was a kid, this was mine, the Alley Viper. I remember this. I think I got this one for my birthday, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was like Cobra's answer to the G.I. Joe SWAT troopers. He's got the riot shield. He's got, I don't know, he's got a machine gun with a grenade launcher. Oh my god, this one and the Frag Viper, those are the two figures I got for my birthday, I think, back in the day. And I can still remember it. I love these figures. And they don't have to give us that stark orange and blue version. They can give us this version. I wouldn't mind. This one with the gas mask, with all the guns and the face shield, the riot shield. Oh, wow. Hasbro, you are going to sell tons of figures if you do turn this into the classified series. And then Shockwave. Oh my goodness. This is like Beachhead, and Sci-Fi. This Shockwave figure was one of my favorite figures back in the day. I brought it along with me anywhere I went. When we went on a vacation as a family, if I had to bring one toy, this was the figure I always brought along with me. The figure had amazing weapons. He had this really cool hunting knife. He had an Uzi with a suppressor and some stock. He's got this pistol that he could not hold for the life. I mean, I could not make him hold that pistol. He could just not grip it because the handle was just too big. But I loved it anyway. I thought he was one of the coolest G.I. Joes back in the 80s. And I really love this. It would be amazing if we could get something like this. But maybe update it into like dark blue and black. And give him more weapons like a shield. Oh man, and maybe a removable mask, or a gas mask. Wow, this would be an exciting figure. And then General Hawk. We got Duke. If we're gonna get Flint, we need a General Hawk, and they can give him the jetpack. They can give him the works. This would be amazing. I kid you not. Everyone's gonna be after this figure definitely. Give us a modern update, actually. It doesn't have to be that bomber jacket version. He can give us something like this, like a desert or urban warfare type of uniform. That would be great. And give him a jetpack. I mean, he's got to have a jetpack. And Tunnel Rat, again, one of my figures. I mean, back in the old trainees in that movie with Falcon, Jinx, Tunnel Rat, Chuckles. Oh, I love that gang. I love that group that Beachhead was trying to train. And Tunnel Rat was one of my favorites. Explosives expert. And I had this figure actually when I was a kid. And it was one of my favorite figures as well. You can give us a more modern version if they want, or they can combine it and give a nod to the Renegades version. This was also a nice figure, in my opinion, a nice character. Give us a ton of accessories with this character. Hasbro can go wild with this character, and they would easily sell this figure. They can make it a deluxe figure and include all these accessories and gadgets with him. That would be amazing. And then the brother and sister of Zartan, like the Tomaxseymot. I think these two figures should be sold as a set. So for number 19, I have two figures in mind, and they should be sold as a 2-pack. I mean, it would be crazy for Hasbro to sell them individually. They can turn it into as an exclusive. They can make it as a Target exclusive, a PulseCon exclusive, but they have to sell them as a 2-pack. It just makes perfect sense to do so. And finally, at number 20 are the Dreadnocks. Hasbro needs to give us all 4 of the original Dreadnocks: Monkey Wrench, Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch. They should sell this as a 4-pack, like what they've been doing with some Marvel Legends releases, some Black Series releases. They can do this as a convention exclusive, as a PulseCon exclusive, a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, Target exclusive. It would sell. Oh my goodness. If you get all 4 Dreadnocks in 1 pack, easy money for Hasbro. They can give us a more updated version instead of these biker look, but you know, make sure they kind of still look like these. These were the crazy characters on this show. They were so funny. They'll fit nicely with that upcoming Zartan figure. So there you have it, folks. That's my top 20 list of G.I. Joe classified series figures that I am hoping Hasbro will make in the coming 2 years. The next 2 years or 3 years, I hope we get these figures. Let me know in the comment section what you think of my list. Did any of your favorite figures or any of your figures on your wish list for the classified series make it to my list? Did you agree with my list? Did you disagree with some of my picks? Let me know in the comment section. Be interested to know how you guys would think about this. As always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. If you want to support the channel, help me make more video reviews, please check out my Patreon account. There is a link in the description box. Any form of contribution, any amount, will greatly help me further this channel. Thanks for watching.